joining us for this edition of BAYS Breaks, where we take a few minutes to talk about current events and some of the innovative work that is happening within our organization. Please remember to follow us and subscribe by clicking on the link in the description below. And I want to remind you that BAYS is a nonprofit organization that works in partnership with individuals, families, and communities to inspire change, growth, and success. And today we will be highlighting some of the efforts that BAYS is working on to prevent contact with the delinquency and dependency systems with Director of Prevention and Family Services, Kimah Burrell. Welcome to BAYS Breaks, Kimah.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to not just talk about my work, but my passion, which is prevention.
Well, you are welcome, and we're glad that you are joining us today. So to open up, could you just tell us a little bit about your background and how long you have been working at BAYS?
Sure. So I have 21 years of child welfare experience working with youth and their families. About 15 of those years have been spent in various leadership positions within child welfare. And I've been with BAYS for about 9 months now.
All right. So one of the programs that you oversee, Kimah, is the Strive program. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about Strive and what that program is all about?
Yes, absolutely. So Strive stands for Supportive, Trusting Relationships with Inclusion, Vision, and Empathy. The Strive program started in July of 2022. It's an intensive, enhanced family stabilization service that's designed to basically complement case management by providing intensive in-home family engagement in order to successfully prevent youth from being removed or to reunify youth with their families. We engage with the family for about 90 to 120 days.
All right. And what are some of the benefits of having a program like Strive, not only for the community, but also for the youth and their families?
Well, the best part is that we get to take part in supporting our youth and their families through some of the most difficult times of their lives. Whether it's working intensely with the youth on modifying disruptive behaviors to prevent placement breakdowns, or working through problematic school behaviors, or even working through ongoing family conflict. The Strive program uses evidence-based interventions such as motivational interviewing, rebound and recovery, and journey.do to support and stabilize the youth and their families, to keep them from becoming further involved with the dependency and delinquency systems, and to prevent further trauma. At the end of our services, we don't just leave our youth and families, we ensure that they're wrapped with other service providers that will continue the work with the family. So basically, the benefits are endless.
Yeah, making those connections is often very difficult, and sometimes a loose end at the end, right? When you do all that work to make progress, and then you kind of part ways, but making sure that those connections are made are super important, especially in Strive.
Yes.
So you mentioned several practices and approaches and different programs, but I know that here at BAYS we're really try to pride ourselves on being innovative. And so are you looking at any innovative prevention programs to incorporate into our menu of services here?
Yes, absolutely. We were recently awarded a contract for the SNAP program in Circuit 19. So SNAP stands for Stop Now and Plan. And basically that program will provide high-risk youth and their families strategies to increase their pro-social skills that will help that youth stay in school and out of trouble and help them to make better choices throughout the 13-week program. In addition to that program, we're also working on designing a program called DOVE, which stands for Dedicated to Overcoming Violence Through Empowerment. So the DOVE is a short-term, high-risk prevention and intervention program that has been designed to implement preventative measures to address family violence and enhance the safety and well-being of youth, and keeping, it works towards keeping the youth and the family together safely. Dove also supports historically underserved families by providing wraparound family violence prevention, treatment, recovery, and behavioral health services. So those are just a couple.
Well, those are sound very promising and also very exciting. And so I hope that you would come back and talk with us again soon so that we can really dive into some of those innovative new ideas. And also, there's so much work in the area of prevention that we could talk about. We could probably spend hours talking together. So I appreciate you taking the time and talking about Strive and some of the work that you're doing. But now we're going to move on to the famous lightning round of questions here, Kimah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would that be?
My great grandmother. She has passed away. She passed away at the age of 96. But I was 14 at the time, and I would just really love for her to see the woman that I've become. If we're talking about a famous person, though, I would say President Obama.
All right, I like the way that you got two in there, but both are great answers, and I can totally appreciate both responses there. So the second question is, if you could give your younger self some advice, what would that be?
I would say don't be so rigid and uptight. Life is too short. Just enjoy it and stay focused, but enjoy life and have fun.
And the last lightning round question is, what's your favorite thing about working at BAYS?
Well, I think BAYS is a place where creative minds work together. So my favorite thing about working here would be the freedom that I have to be creative with designing programs that truly help address the well-being of youth and their families.
All right. Well, that's awesome. And Kimah, I want to thank you again for joining us, and I hope to have you back so we can really dive deeper into some of those great ideas that you have.
Thank you.
And this is going to conclude this episode. So I want to thank all of you for taking a BAYS break. And I want to remind you that BAYS believes in the value and worth of all people and their ability to change, grow, and succeed. And please don't forget to follow us and subscribe to our channel by clicking on the link in the description below. And for more information about BAYS, you can also check out our website at bayskids.org. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us for this edition of BAYS Breaks, where we take a few minutes to talk about current events and some of the innovative work that is happening within our organization. Please remember to follow us and subscribe by clicking on the link in the description below. And I want to remind you that BAYS is a nonprofit organization that works in partnership with individuals, families, and communities to inspire change, growth, and success. And today we will be highlighting some of the efforts that BAYS is working on to prevent contact with the delinquency and dependency systems with Director of Prevention and Family Services, Kimah Burrell. Welcome to BAYS Breaks, Kimah.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to not just talk about my work, but my passion, which is prevention.
Well, you are welcome, and we're glad that you are joining us today. So to open up, could you just tell us a little bit about your background and how long you have been working at BAYS?
Sure. So I have 21 years of child welfare experience working with youth and their families. About 15 of those years have been spent in various leadership positions within child welfare.